Hello everyone and welcome to another video here on Jurassic Collectibles. Today it is one that I am very excited to be sinking my teeth into. It is the Kentrosaurus. So this is a Camp Cretaceous raw attack figure. As you can see, we've got the Camp Cretaceous branded packaging, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. You've got the Camp Cretaceous logo all over the shop on this one. You can see we've got the figure itself in the packaging. This is essentially Pierce. So if you have seen Camp Cretaceous Season 4, you will be familiar with this animal. You can see we have got some of the play features on the front there. The Camp Cretaceous logo continued on the side. And then also the back of the packaging. And a really, really great look at this animal. And also the Ceratosaurus and the Allosaurus repaints that come in this assortment. We don't have the Ceratosaur, but we do have the Allosaurus to look at here on the channel very, very soon. So, Pierce, very, very cool animal in the show. Nice getting a new animal for Season 4. We are going to open this one up on camera quickly here. Just going to cut this side bit open here. Slip out the figure. Or not, because I'm forgetting the way Mattel packaging works. We'll just get this nice and open here. While we're doing this, guys, do let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. Is this one you've picked up yet? If it is, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if not, why have you not picked up this figure yet? Does it just not appeal to you? Or why have you not picked it up? So one detail I did want to talk about before we actually get the figure out is the continuation of the tail just here. This was a really cool detail I noticed, purely because I don't think they've done that before. So usually the packaging just kind of cuts off. But there you can see it's got the printed simulation of what the tail would look like, which is quite cool. Here we have got the figure in the packaging. So you can see we've got the animal without the tail on. And you also get the two side spikes and the animal's tail in a small plastic sleeve that's on the back. So we can just open that up and very, very easily get those elements out. And with those out and thrown to the side, we will bring the Kentrosaurus back in, get it in shot. You can see just there for you. And you can see it's the usual deal with the tail. Just push until it snaps in. And then for the side pieces, you've got these little sort of tabs just there, as you can see. And they just clip in quite nice and easily. He says knocking one out. Just like so. And there you can see the assembled Kentrosaurus. And I have to say, I really like how the side spikes here give this a lot more free dimension than other figures. They work very well. I can imagine a kid maybe snapping them out of the figure, but in this instance they work pretty well in my opinion. And let's just take a second to take in the colour scheme. As you can see just there, let's bring this figure a little bit closer to the camera. So you can see we've got this sort of almost light brown colour scheme, where that's the base colour. You've got this dark brown that fades in, you've got a little bit of tan for the underbelly, and then the sort of paint highlights wither off in the tail. I will say the fade in the tail isn't particularly great. I wish there was more painted detail here. That is quite disappointing. But as a figure as a whole, it looks pretty good. You can see, we get that to focus, you've got some nice detailing on the patterning on the figure's body. It works pretty well. You can see it goes all the way inside the joint as well, actually, which is pretty cool. You can see we have got a decent amount of paint applications for the face. Very, very reminiscent of the Stegosaurus paint apps. Looks pretty good there, actually. Some nice continued additional paintwork on the neck as well. You can see that underbelly paint, again, a little bit weird. Kind of like with the highlights just stopping quite abruptly there. It feels like the underbelly paint stops quite abruptly. but it works. It's decent enough. You can see we've got lots of sculpt work in the legs, the tail, the underbelly, the Dino Facts App logo, the Jurassic World logo. I have to admit, it's a cool figure. It feels very, very similar to something like a Stegosaurus if we get it in focus in terms of its stage presence. But it's a nice figure for what you get, you know? I mean, there's lots of paint apps on it, actually. There are a decent amount. It just feels weird the way some of that's balanced. You can see we do get the texture on the plates, and then those plates transition into spikes quite sharply. It's quite a weird transition there. But overall, not a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. Now this is obviously a raw attack, so it does have 3 different features. If I get a little bit adjusted here, we can demonstrate them. So firstly, we go 1, so you get this quite cool movement where essentially it's going to go that way twice and then snap back. So we'll do that again. There you go. So not the most insane play feature, but it's quite a fun one and one that I think will be popular with kids. Obviously, if we get another version of the green T-Rex, then having a version of Etty, I think it is, or Eddie, I believe it's Etty or E.T., the animal in Camp Cretaceous Season 4. If we get another version of that animal, then it would pair quite nicely with this one, in my opinion. And then lastly, let's look at the articulation. We've got the ball jointed tail, so you get a good range of motion there. Works really well. The in-out of the back hind legs, as we've come to expect, and the forward and back. No swivel joint here. We do get them on some herbivores, but not in this instance. The legs come out and do the full range of motion forward and back as well. A little bit restricted backwards, but if you were to open it up, it can go out. And then the head can go down, can go up, and can swivel from side to side on a ball joint, and that works pretty well there, actually. I quite like that. So that really is your look at the Kentrosaurus. Pierce in the show is a popular character, spends a lot of time with the kids, and I think the figure is a decent enough rendition of the dinosaur. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a nice addition to the collection, and it's another unique species to join the Mattel roster. So we have got, it must be at least like 80 different dinosaurs at this point, which is very, very cool. I do recommend this one. It's one of the stronger raw attacks. Not a repaint, but a brand new sculpt, so that's always a plus. And if you're a fan of Camp Cretaceous, if you enjoyed Season 4, then you will definitely want to add this one to your collection. That's it for this review, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as always. Please make sure to like, favourite, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. We are in Dominion's release year, so there will be lots of content to come this year. And until the next video, as always, take care and have a great week.